If you answered yes to any of these questions, I can assist. My name is Shanada Harris. I am a financial specialist offering solutions to your financial matters. We have an aggressive program that gets you results within 45 to 90 days. Contact me, Shanada Harris, at 734-752-8818 for your free consultation. Hi, welcome to Let's Fix It with Shanada. Sit back, relax, and take some copious notes as we provide you with some awesome solutions to your financial matters. Invite your friends and family to join us. And if you're watching us live on Facebook, like, tag, share. Sharing is caring. I am Shanada Harris. I want to welcome you guys back to another exciting episode of Let's Fix It with Shanada. Last time we left off with a live show. We wanted to give a powerful message as well to usher in the 2021 and prepare your hearts and minds for a whole nother season. So get excited about a brand new you. But before we hop right into today's topic, I want to extend some condolences to my sister girlfriend, former choir director from Virginia State University, none other than Pastor Susie Wright and the entire Wright family on the passing of their dear sweet mother, Nellie Wright. Mother and late Bishop Samuel Wright Sr. Fed so many of us choir members back in the day and prayed with us and was always so good to us. And I know for certain she is definitely rejoicing in heaven, and may her legacy continue to live and shine on. Now, before we get into our topic, I definitely want to extend another condolences because we lost a giant the other day. General Colin Powell, former U.S. Secretary of State. He served under the former presidents of Reagan and both President Bush. So back during his time of service, I was in high school, college, and was highly a great admirer of the general. But not only was General Powell a highly decorated serviceman who defended our country, he was a family man with a very powerful way of thinking and just simply one of my favorites just in my lifetime to watch serve. So I love the message from the late General Colin Powell. And he left us with some things. It isn't as bad as you think. It will look better in the morning. Get mad, but then get over it. Avoid having an ego so close to your position that your position fails, your ego with it. It can be done. Be careful what you choose. Don't let adverse facts stand in the way of good decisions. You can make someone else's choices. Check small things. Share credit. Remain calm, be kind, have a vision. Don't take counsel of your fears or naysayers. Perpetual optimism is a force multiplier. May his legacy live on forever. Rest in power, sir. Now let's get to our assignment. We're going to talk about today mindset. And this is just a continuation from the vision planning and setting goals for ourselves going into a new year, a fresh start, new beginnings. So look, what we need to really take a look and inventory with is our mindset. What is mindset in a word? A mental inclination or disposition or a frame of mind. Your mindset is your collection of thoughts and beliefs that shape your thought habits. And your thought habits affect how you think, what you feel, and what you do. Your mindset impacts how you make sense of the world and how you make sense of you. Your mindset is a big deal. Beliefs and mindset. According to Tony Robbins, a belief is simply a feeling of certainty about something. For example, if you believe that you're intelligent, all you're really saying is, I feel certain that I'm intelligent. The basic building blocks of beliefs are ideas. Beliefs are like tabletops. As you build references and experiences, you add legs to your tabletop. When your ideal feels certain, it becomes a belief. That's why it's so important to know what your beliefs are based on. Your beliefs shape your attitude. Your attitude also shapes your beliefs. You beliefs shape your mindset. Mindset is defined. Here are some definitions to help you answer what is mindset as well. A fixed mental attitude that predetermines a person's responses and interpretations of situations. And that's from the Free Dictionary. A mental inclination, tendencies, or habits. That's from the Merriam-Webster's Medical Dictionary. A personal usual attitude or mental state of his or her mindset, thevocabulary.com. A person's way of thinking and their opinions, Cambridge Dictionary. And an attitude, disposition, or mood, dictionary.com. The ideas and attitudes which a person approaches a situation when these are being difficult to alter, the World English Dictionary. The established set of attributes held by someone, that's the Oxford Dictionary. And the reason that I wanted to break this thing down for you is because we as entrepreneurs and just folks differently, we think differently of what we feel mindset is. But with mindset comes personal development, the power of what personal development can mean. You want to live your truth, live your power, live with love. Personal development is a way to consciously create a better version of yourself. Personal development is a personal journey of building your self-awareness, developing strengths, talent, and become all of what you're capable of. This is the foundation of where it all starts, right? It starts with us. The person you see in the mirror. That's who it starts with, you guys. It doesn't start with your neighbor. It doesn't start with your pastor. It doesn't start with your teacher. It starts with you, the person you see in the mirror every day. Here are some things you can learn from personal development. How to play the game of life with courage and conviction. How to attract empowering relationships with loving, compatible partners. How to awaken your inner genius and resolve conflicts between your logic and intuition. And how to develop a sense of inner peace and reduce your feelings of doubt, worry, and stress. How to think accurate thoughts and speak truthful, powerful words. How to conduct personal experiments to discover the habits that boost your personal effectiveness. How to develop your power of persistence and consistency. And how to achieve inspiring goals with disciplined daily habits. So let's talk about 7 principles of personal development. Here's some key components. Truth is number 1. Perception, prediction, accuracy, acceptance, and self-awareness. Love, a connection, a communication, a communion. Power, responsibility, desire, self-determination, focus, effort, and self-discipline. A oneness, empathy, compassion, honesty, fairness, and contribution of unity. Authority, command, effectiveness, persistence, confidence, significance. Courage, heart, initiative, directness and honor, intelligence, authenticity, creativity, self-expression, growth, flow, and beauty. These are things that help develop you. The next thing, build your confidence. Confidence is a feeling or a belief that one can rely on someone or something firm to trust. A state of feeling certain about the truth of something. It's not possible to say with confidence how much of an increase in sea levels is due to melting glaciers. A feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's abilities and qualities. Get comfortable in the skin you're in. Show up and show them the way. The rest of your story is waiting to be told. One of my mentors, Detroit's own, born and raised Gloria Mayfield Banks, she's actually out of Baltimore, Maryland area now, but she was born and raised here in the city of Detroit. She says, protect your sphere of confidence. Become strong enough to know who to keep and who you can't keep in your inner circle. Know those who understand your mission. Know that confidence creates. Your circle of influence can help build your confidence. So you want to surround yourself with people that are going to build you up. And understand something. When you do that, not everybody is going to be in your corner. And this includes the people that share your very same last name, meaning family. Family sometimes don't want to go on the journey. They just need to understand the mission that sometimes mommy and daddy ain't going to be there to be able to partake in everything. You're going to have to do some evaluating of what is important. You're going to have to do some prioritizing of important things to do and things not to do. You're going to have to delegate. And that's going to be very key to your success. Sometimes you're not going to be able to babysit. Sometimes you're not going to be able to go hang out. You're not going to be able to watch that series. You're not going to be able to binge watch because everybody's talking about a specific show. You're just not. You have to surround yourself with people who empower you. The people you surround yourself with have to be able to lift you up and not break you down or tear you down. Find people to help you rise and shine and bring out your best. That circle of influence should be tight, like glue. Your circle should be the people that are goal-oriented enthusiastic, and that have a positive outlook. They're your cheerleaders. They're supportive. They're not judgmental. They're going to give you that a girl when you need that a girl, that a boy. They're going to let you know, you got this. No matter what it looks like. They're going to push you to a whole nother level. Those are the type of people that you need in your corner to help empower you. You have to identify who those people are. And it's not very many. Trust and believe that. The list should be very short. And protect your peace. You have to know that it's okay to say no. And be okay and be firm in that no. Not everybody will accept the fact that you cannot do everything and be everywhere and play a starring role in their dramas. You have to have important obligations to yourself and the goal at hand. And just know at the end of the day, it's okay to say, no, I can't. It doesn't matter what the goal is. It's good to say no. For example, if you're invited to a birthday gathering, but it's important that you go to training or that you need to do something to help learn or enhance a skill that's going to help you get to the next level, at the same time, what do? Do you choose to go to the party or do you choose to go to training? Some people will choose to go to the training because that training is going to serve a longer purpose. Decline the offer to the party. I'm sorry, I have business obligations, so I will not be able to make it. Now, your girlfriends, they're going to try and talk you out of it, but you're going to have to learn how to stand firm in that no and not regret your no. It's okay. Your family, your kids, they might need a ride to the mall, but they're going to have to figure that thing out. Do you stop what you're doing or do you just say no so you can continue pressing forward on the mark? And perhaps you saying no to them is going to help them focus on, she's focused on something that's going to be bigger and better to propel our family into a whole nother trajectory. Everyone can't go on your journey, and know that. Everyone will not support you, and be okay with that. And know that some people will not like you being successful. They're going to talk about you. And that's okay too. They talked about Jesus. And guess what? He still went on. Use that negativity to move harder, to work harder, to press on. The way I look at it is this, is that if there's no struggle, there's a problem. Don't be down while you're struggling and then be ready to ride when it's time for me to rise or when I have risen to the top. Don't do that. So, I always bring to you something really, really powerful. I have a clip from Dr. Miles Monroe, and it is a powerful message that I want you to capture. Here it is.
And I remember my mother and father telling us that we must learn the Bible no matter how difficult life became. And they would teach us from this book about God and about Jesus Christ and about his sacrifice for us. And as kids, we grew up with those conditions. And as you grow older, you begin to question, why are we poor? Because you begin to see other people's lifestyles. And I remember crying out to God one time at age 13. I said, if you exist, you got to explain this to me. It was at age 13 that my life was transformed. Because that night at 3 a.m. outside on the dirt ground, under the stars in the Bahamas, with tears running down my face, I asked God to explain to me why we were poor. His answer was simple. He says, because of your mind. That began a journey for me. I surrendered my life to God that night at age 13. I never went back. At age 14, I wrote on paper everything I wanted to be and to do. Today, I am doing those things. And something happened between sleeping on the floor and flying my own jet today. Now, what happened is I had a mental transformation. Nothing changes until your mind changes. You can change your clothes, still have the whole mind. You can change your location, still have the old mind. You can change your house, still have the old mind. Nothing changes until your mind changes. And during that journey as a young man, I began to read the Bible at age 14. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm serious about this. I read this book at age 14. I read through the entire book, and I didn't understand nothing. Because the Bible is a very complicated book. And also I read it in the King James Version, which is even worse. But I read it because I wanted to know what God said to man. When I was 15 years old, I read the Bible again, completely through. And I began to understand it. By age 16, I began to memorize big chunks of this book. And my school lessons went from F to A. I became an A student because of this book. I graduated top of my school in high school because of this book. It taught me that nothing was impossible. So my whole life was changed because I fed myself new information from that book, which changed my concept of me. And I discovered things like this. The greatest tragedy in life is not death. Some people think that when someone dies, that's the worst thing that can happen to you. That's not true. I discovered that the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but it's life without a purpose. It is more tragic to be alive and not know why than to be dead and not know life. Because when you are alive, you got to explain what you're doing with your hours, with your minutes, with your energy, with your talents, with your time. You got to explain, why am I here and what did I do last week with my life? Most people are living as an experiment. Is your life as short as the next bill you pay? Is there a sense of destiny in your life? God sent me here to talk to you, to let you know that you are not just here as a passing fantasy. You came to this planet because something that you need to do is still undone. You were created to live life with meaning and purpose. You are not a mistake. As a matter of fact, until you discover your personal reason for living, you will never be fulfilled. You were born, sir, to do something important in this world. That's why I am convinced that all of us were created for a purpose, equipped with potential, and designed for a destiny. I am convinced that you are loaded with stuff that we haven't seen yet. and is trapped under your fear of people. As a matter of fact, some of your greatest graveyards are your jobs. Nothing can bury you faster than a career that you're trapped in. You were born to do something that the world needs, and that's why until you discover your purpose, you can never maximize your potential. Your purpose, madam, is the most important thing for you to discover. Because when you find your purpose, you automatically find your potential. And when you find your purpose and potential, you become unstoppable. No human opinion can touch you when you discover your purpose in life. As we drove here from the airport to the town this afternoon, I saw something that always stirs me. And it makes me ask a question I asked when I was 17 years old. I asked this question: what is the wealthiest spot on planet Earth? Where is the greatest wealth on earth? And someone says, well, maybe it is the gold mines of South America, or it's the diamond mines of South Africa, or the oil fields of Iran, Iraq, and Kuwait, or maybe it is the silver mines of Peru, or maybe it's the oceans of the Caribbean with all that seafood. What is the wealthiest spot on earth? I found it. The wealthiest spot on earth is right here in Marion. I saw it today. The wealthiest spot on earth looks just like this. It's the cemetery. Why is the cemetery the wealthiest spot on earth? Do you know why? Because buried in the cemetery are books that were never written. In the graveyard, we've got paintings that were never painted. Buried in the cemetery right here in Marion is music that no one has ever heard. Because people died with music in their minds. What a tragedy. The graveyard is filled with businesses that never opened. Some of you had a business idea for the last 20 years and you are still employed. Because you wouldn't step out and believe God with that idea. And the cemetery is going to take that business from us. The graveyard is filled with ideas that never became reality. The graveyard is filled with visions that died as nightmares and dreams. We got plans that were never executed. The graveyard is filled with awesome, powerful treasure no one has ever used. As a matter of fact, that is why I came here. Because I had to come. I came here because of the cemetery. I came here because I knew sitting in your chair right now tonight would be a person who is the candidate to add to the wealth of the cemetery. You are about to make the cemetery even more wealthy. Why? Because trapped in you is a book that you're procrastinating on. Inside of you is an idea that you still refuse to pursue. Inside of you is music that you never wrote, poetry you never wrote. How come the cemetery is going to take from us again? I have come to make sure the cemetery doesn't get anything from you. I really came here to Marion, South Carolina to make sure that you die empty.
Awesome. That is a powerful message. So, to prevent yourself from making the cemetery rich for things that you did not do, I have two things for you. I have Mission 800. For those of you that are on the brink, you want to buy a new home, you want to buy that new car, you have aspirations for 2022. Now is the time for you to start getting your credit in order. And then those of you that have a business that people need to hear about, here is your opportunity to have your business featured here on the Let's Fix It with Shanada show. And it doesn't necessarily have to be on the Let's Fix It with Shanada show. It could be featured right here on WONTV, on your very own show, on your very own billboard. We need to open our mouths and get the word out about what you have to offer. Small businesses have been birthed during this season. As we all know, we want to help you keep thriving. And here's a few ways for you to do that. You can be a guest on my show, or you can purchase advertising spots. Let's not forget, now is the perfect season to get that billboard, to get people into your boutiques, to get people into your establishments, your tax businesses, and things of that nature. Now is the time, because people will start holiday season shopping and looking and spending more money. And you want them to be able to capture that with you and your business. I also love giving examples of people who are thriving in their passions, because guess what? If you're not thriving, you're dying. Listen, I want to be supporting or supportive of small businesses during the Thanksgiving weekend. And I want your business to thrive. So we definitely want to get that advertisement out here in the public eye for Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, which is that Saturday following Thanksgiving. And you can also pick up some great deals. We even want to showcase how to shop the holiday season and maximize your money. So get excited about those things, because once again, as Dr. Monroe stated, the graveyard is the wealthiest place on earth. And Lord knows, we don't need no one else to leave this earth with all of the different things that we if I woulda, coulda, shoulda. We don't have to go down that road. We just have to put a plan into motion and put some action behind that so that we can make it happen. So transitioning off into Shanada's Pearls of Wisdom, we've talked about some powerful things to help propel you into a new year, a new you in 2022. In the words of the late General Colin Powell, I think whether you're having setbacks or not, the role of a leader is always to display a winning attitude. And that's definitely what we want to portray here on the Let's Fix It with Shanada show. We want you to be a winner. And we've heard from the late, great Dr. Miles Monroe about nothing changes unless you make up in your mind. So we talked about mindset. We talked about how that we don't really want our dreams to die with us, right? We want our dreams to come to fruition so that when we do leave this earth, we're leaving that dream to pass it on to a whole nother generation so that they can benefit from our riches, right? You must make a decision to decide if you're going to rob the world or bless it with the rich, valuable, potent, untapped resources locked away within inside you. So guess what, you guys? It's time to do the work. So until God says the same, I'm going to see you next week.